Good afternoon and big blessings to all of you. One love to the community. You're listening to Way Out Radio. And thank you so much for joining us today. And you're in for a treat. We've got a very special guest with us. It's Miriam Simone, a reggae singer hailing from Amsterdam and the Netherlands. She's a force to be reckoned with. Kicking off her career in 2009, she released the EP Follow My Dreams in 2012 and a string of singles since. And in 2019, she flew to Jamaica and recorded her debut album with Bobby Digital. And now she's set to release it. So hello and welcome to the show.
Hello, blessed love. Thank you for having me on your show.
You're very welcome. So did I get all that right? Is that a good introduction?
Yeah, well, that was a good introduction. But my first EP I did in 2012, and that was also produced by Bobby Digital.
Oh, okay.
But yes, but in 2019 I also did an album, and that is my second album, and that album was also produced. I have a few productions of Bobby on it, so that is very nice. But my latest single that I'm promoting right now has been produced by Bobby Digital, and that is the song of me and Capleton.
Yeah, we've been playing it on the show, so thank you for sending it over. So yeah, tell us a little bit about why Bobby Digital was so important to you. I mean, we know he's worked on some really classic tracks in the past, and he's worked with some big artists. So what drew you to him?
Well, the journey, because in 2009 I went to do my first video. That was a production of my first single, Rude Gal, was a production of a producer out of Italy, One Love Sound, One Love Sound, and I did my video in Jamaica for it, and then I met other artists that I already met through MySpace, and I did a collaboration with that artist, and that artist informed the artist that I would be in Jamaica to do some recordings for my single. So he asked me if I wanted to go to the studio because I voiced the rhythm and the producer wanted to see me. So I went to the studio, and it happened to be Bobby Digital. So from that time, I met Bobby and we started to work. And he introduced me to a lot of people, and we recorded a lot of songs. And he was a very good engineer and excellent producer. So from there so on, he put a team around me at that time. And in 2012, I released my EP, and it was a success in Kingston. So that is more like the story behind it and why Bobby is always very important to me.
Excellent. So you're from the Netherlands. So let's retrack on that. I mean, growing up, were you and your family really into reggae? Did you find your way into it a bit later? Because I know you started singing reggae around the age of 18. So tell us a bit about leading up to that point.
Well, I used to listen to all kinds of music. My mother always listened to reggae music also as well, but we also I'm from Suriname, and my parents are also from Suriname. That's in South America, right beside Guyana. And we always listen Kasiko music or real drum, a little bit African drum
Yeah,
kind
I
of
love that.
music. And I used to listen to all kinds of music. I used to sing in a gospel choir,
Wow.
listen to Whitney Houston. But since I was young, I also knew that I loved Bob Marley. So when I became 19, 18 years, I started to sing first background for a reggae formation, Postman. And I also was in a group with other youths where we were complaining about things in the system, the other youths.
Yeah.
And then from there off, I started to do reggae music. Why I choose to do reggae music? I started to listen also more um, to conscious reggae music and to roots, because all the love songs, I got tired of listening the whole time to love songs. I wanted to hear more the messages, about the world and about love and light, and because reggae music is a very positive way of making music.
Yeah.
So at that time, that was the first thing that drew me to reggae music, of course. So I started to do my reggae songs. At first, I made reggae love songs, but it became more and more a spiritual journey because I got like the message and also of His Majesty, and got myself deeper and deeper into the consciousness and awareness of His Majesty. And I started to bring more and more messages, and I changed a lot spiritually, not because of people, but it was just in a journey, you know. I
Mm.
used to eat chicken, you know. I don't eat it anymore, and
Yeah.
I used to do things differently. I used to wear weave and, you know, do my nails on time.
Yeah.
Listen to an R&B music, you know, but I changed, you know, I changed. It was like the more my locks started to grow, the more, you know, I became one with myself, accept myself the way I am. And I really love to do reggae music. I do it from my heart and my soul. And yeah, when I sing reggae music, I always bring a message. And that is something that I really think that is beautiful about reggae music. To sing about love is also always special, but I sing about unconditional love, and that is for everyone, for each and everyone. It got no
Yeah.
boundaries.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've got a bit of a deep question for you now because you brought up a lot of thoughts for me. When I visited Jamaica, I learned a lot about Bob Marley and Peter Tosh that I didn't know, and other Jamaican artists. And what scared me a bit was the assassination attempts. With revolutionary music came all of this hate and backlash, and they had really troubled times. And Peter Tosh was shot. Bob Marley had people come to his house and try and shoot him. Does your faith like really strengthen you not to worry about that, or do you ever worry about writing revolutionary music?
No, I didn't, because I never wrote and I write revolutionary music from their point of view. Of course, I respect them, but it was more from my point of view, because me now, with ancestors and people from Suriname living in Holland, is the same story like Jamaica and the UK, you know.
Mm. Yeah.
And we got like a lot of people here from Suriname who forgot a lot about their roots, because our ancestors were on plantations. And just the way how you got like the dancehall that's there in Jamaica, you have in Suriname, you have people who are dancing on kabula, and while our national music is kaseko, kavina. Well, I know that it will not make sense for you right now, but I could see that on the kind of music that our youths were dancing, that they really were searching for themselves, you know. And
Yeah.
and we're always trying to be somebody else because we lost a piece of our own history. So
Yeah.
me now singing consciousness reggae music and bringing back facts from the history and being in total righteousness and awareness, I hope that I can be an inspiration, and I know for sure that, you know, it will help, because everyone that comes within that alignment helps another. So for me now to be that person for my people, it was needed. So I got my own story why I came into reggae music.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, you just brought up loads of thoughts about, because with the whole Black Lives Matter movement recently, a lot of things have come to people's attention they might not have thought about before. Like, for example, like you mentioned that a lot of people's family history and family tree has sort of been cut off, and they're not sure about their ancestors, which is really, really sad. With the Black community, they're much more caring towards each other. They've got like a thing going on where they say like brother and sister, which the white people don't really have. But I'm just all about unity, really. But it's so good to hear all sides of the story and like be more informed. That's what I strive to do.
Well, you know what it is? For me, it's very important to embrace my heritage.
Mm.
I got like native Arawakan Indian, and I also got African roots. And
Yeah.
from my native Arawakan Indian roots, I know a lot, like I know a lot. So it's not
Cool.
that I know my tribes, and I
Wow. Cool.
also know my ancestry line, and we got a lot of people still there and left a lot of knowledge behind. So we give thanks for that. But it just goes like, if you don't know yourself, how will you be of deliverance, for yourself,
Yeah.
and that is all. It has nothing to do with a racial thing or with the black and white, because we are all human beings, and
Mm.
the most important thing is we all got souls, and it goes also about all about evolution. Because when I bring my messages, it's not only for my people. I just tell you where it started with me to do reggae music. But now I see it at this moment, I see it like a work to bring forth love towards the whole universe, for everybody, for
Yeah.
every human being, for every animal, for for,
Yeah.
for, for, for Mother Earth, and for everybody, because you are also my sister,
Yeah.
because we are all children of the universe. So I don't see that anymore. But because
Yeah.
you asked me where it started, then I told you it from my point of view.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to talk about some of the tracks that you've sent through. So we've got 5 tracks that we're spinning on rotation at the moment. So tell us a little bit about We Don't Want to Cry, featuring Capleton, produced by Bobby Dixon, digital, and Dredder Records.
Well, yes. Now, that song, We Don't Want to Cry, I did with Bobby Digital, and that is produced by him. But I did a song with Capleton, and it was very nice to do the song and to do the collaboration with him. We did it in the studio in Kingston,
Yeah.
and it was such a good vibe, a lovely vibe. And Dreader Records is my own record label, so most of my music I bring out through Dreader Records.
Yeah, cool. Oh, nice one. So, what were you
Yeah.
thinking when you were writing the lyrics for We Don't Want to Cry? Is there something specifically, or is it more about like the whole state of the world right now?
Well, it is the state of the world, but also in Jamaica, you got a lot of killing.
Mm.
There comes a lot of Irie love out of the country, but there are also a lot of youths that are shooting off each other. And it's not only in Jamaica; it's everywhere. You hear accidents and incidents, where people are killing each other. So I just wanted to bring a stop towards violence, and I was talking from a mother perspective, and that is why I sing, "We don't want to cry no more."
Yeah.
We don't wanna cry no more, no more. Too much gunshot, I bust another get to you. Dead on the floor.
Yeah. Beautiful.
It goes like, we're tired of crying, because every if a man dies or a woman dies, it's somebody's mother, or it's somebody's father or brother or child.
Mm.
It's somebody family member, so it isn't a good thing.
Give Thanks and Praise, produced by Jard Deco.
Yes, but Give Thanks and Praise has been produced by Jadeco, and Jadeco is a producer who did a lot of music for me. He's the father of my sons,
Oh,
so I did also a lot of songs with him. And yeah, we recorded that song at our house in the studio.
wicked. Okay,
Yeah.
so how long have you had your home studio?
Well, the home studio, well, for years, I think maybe uh, since the beginning of times, since I was 20 or something,
Nice.
maybe since 20 years ago. And
Okay,
that is
cool.
why I also started the record label, because on the record label, we also did some rhythm selections and some other artists.
Yeah, no, that's a lot of hard work as well. So, how many other artists are you promoting at the moment?
Well, not well. Lately, I haven't brought out many rhythms, but I also do got my own radio program weekly. So
Oh,
every
cool.
week I promote other artists. I always promote other artists. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, awesome. So then the other track I wanted to ask you about was Why, which is also produced by Jar Deco and your label Dreader Records. Tell us about your thought process
Mhm.
behind that song.
Well, asking the question why? Why there's so much misery, and you hear a lot of answers.
Mm,
Things that we should change, but it is more like a prayer also towards for the world, but also towards people. It's for everything is from a mother perspective, a woman who is talking to her children and who is talking to their man and to their daughters. If you listen to my music, then you hear that it is a mother who is asking all those questions and who is giving a response also when she's finishing asking the question.
nice, nice. Okay.
How it can be, what can
Yeah,
be changed. Yeah.
yeah, excellent. Thank you. And the fourth track that I've got is Keep Hailing King Rastafari, produced by Mr. Patrick. How'd you say it? Assages.
Yes, that is a Mr. Patser. Yes, that is a Dutch producer from Holland, and he produced it. And well, I know Mr. Patser for a long time, but this is the first time that we worked on a project of me. And
Yeah,
I did two projects, no, three productions on my last album from him because he sent me a lot of rhythms and I could choose from the rhythms. And I love this one. And the song that I hear was Keep Hailing King Rastafari. And I love the song. I love the song. Yeah.
yeah, it's a great one. And the last one I wanted to ask you about was Never Give Up featuring Sizzler, which we've been playing. And that's produced by Sheldon Calibud Stewart.
Well, yes, Never Give Up has been produced by Caliber, that is the son of Bobby Digital. And it was also great to do the recording with him, and it was also nice to work with Sisla and to do the song. And Sisla sent me a voice note and he asked me if I wanted to do a song with him because he heard at that time that I was working in Jamaica and I put in a lot of work at that time. I did a lot of liquor performances and promoting myself, and I think that he thought that it was very brave. So when he
Nice.
sent me a message if I wanted to do a song, I was thrilled. I was like, yes, of course. And I was already working with Kalibatan at the studio at Digital B, so I asked him if he wanted to produce it, and we did the song. And
Excellent.
it happens to be a nice song. Yes, because it's a very positive song, and I wrote the song just to give. I was giving myself also strength, by writing that song. That is so funny.
Yeah.
Giving yourself strength, and I hope that if everybody listen to it, that it also gives you strength because sometimes you're busy with something, and then you're starting to doubt and that isn't a good thing, that is not good. So it's better to go on and never to give up and always just keep your faith. And
Yeah.
that song is about to cheer everybody up and to pull you up like, come on.
I did a similar thing in my first single because I didn't realize at the time, but once it was all put together, the main hook was "This is my show." The main lyric was "This is my show," and I was like, "Oh, that's quite a bold statement." I would think I was like trying to give myself confidence, like that I deserve my spot here, you know.
Nice, nice. Well, yeah, it's your party. You can
Yeah.
create and make of it what you want to. That is the most beautiful thing about it.
Yeah, exactly. So tell me a little bit about like we talked about you were a fan of like Whitney Houston, you were listening to lots of different types of music, you're into soul, Aretha Franklin, a bit of hip hop, and of course like Bob Marley. So tell me about like when you started singing reggae at 18. You were a backup vocalist with the group Dreader Youths. Tell me about that time.
Well, at that time, I also did like my own songs, but it was more like it was a group of different artists,
Yeah.
and I was like more also in a management team, arranging everything. And I had a little at that time. I had a little home studio with the father of my sons, and from Dreader Youths came Dreader Records,
Oh,
so that
okay.
is very beautiful. And some of the artists from that group became also artists, but Dutch artists, and but for me now, after a while, you're growing a little bit older, you just want to do your own thing. And I used to be a solo singer, but I never recorded songs, so it was now
Okay.
time for me to record my songs.
Yeah.
I did some Surinamese projects, and I used to sing when there was something, but I never really followed my dream. And I was also very young a mother. When I was 20, I had my first son, and 21, I had the second one. So I took my time, with my children, but still recorded at home. So now that they all grow up a little bit, I always continue it, but I never really pushed very hard behind it. I kept a balance within it, and
Yeah.
I continuing doing what I do. And now I just go on and do what I have to do, because I feel that it's a part of myself
Yeah,
that I
definitely.
love.
No, that's really beautiful. I
Yeah.
think that's going to be inspiring to a lot of mums at home. There's a lot of talented women out there who maybe haven't got the space to follow those talents at the moment, so they can still have that in their future.
True, true. And no matter what you want to do, and and no matter what you want to achieve, everything is possible, but you got to believe it. And if you vision it, once you can see it in your vision, then you also can see all the got to work hard for it. Continuing working hard for it, because nothing comes just like that. But as long as you're continuing working for what you want, then you will get it, and then it will manifest.
Yeah, definitely. So you released the Follow My Dreams EP in 2012, and was that a turning point for you where you really started to follow your dreams? Is that like you just like sticking your staff in the ground and saying, yeah, let's go for
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah.
it?
Yes, I was like, all right, now it's my turn, and from that time, I started to do more projects. I also did a Surinamese album, but you cannot see it on internet. But it was a album that did it very well in Suriname. Um, After that, and in 2015, I did a reggae album again, and that was Mount Zion, called Mount Zion. So, and
Yeah,
I did a lot of little other projects on rhythm selections and thing. So I also did a mixtape Dema Chat, and with the song Dema Chat I did with Bobby's son, and that is G Arc. And it had a lot of rotation. It was yeah, well, they they really appreciated that song. It was a nice song.
yeah,
I
definitely.
really appreciate the song also. Yeah.
So who is some of your favorite Jamaican artists, like past and present?
Well, past and present, I already said it one time, but there's Judy Mowatt,
Yeah,
because she's strong. I love her voice. I love her album, you know, and yeah, I love Dissery. I love Dissery. I can listen the whole day to Dissery. I know a lot of her songs. Um, I think that she's very pure. If you can bring out, sing, and write those kind of songs, then angels are working with you. So for me, she's an angel. And I listen to a lot of artists, And I also know a lot of artists, so I big up all the artists. I big up Queen and Omega as well, she's a good friend of me. And
Yeah.
there are also a lot of artists that I respect, and I love them, their songs, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So when
Mm.
you first thought about flying to Jamaica and working in the studio there, did you have any like classic Jamaican studio sounds that you wanted to emulate, like Black Ark Studios, Lee Perry, or like Studio One, Channel One? Did you like love any of those kind of sounds?
No, because I didn't even know the difference of the studios. I didn't
Yeah,
even know which producer was who. Sometimes I didn't even know all the artists,
yeah,
because in Holland you had those parties where you hear reggae music and then you sing, yeah, 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 but you don't know it's Warrior King. Later on, when I was talking to people, it was like a dream, because I came in a different world, Then it was like, he's singing that song. I was, it's you all along. But then
yeah,
we already made the contact. So I just give thanks. For me, it was really the journey,
yeah,
because yeah, I didn't know everyone. I didn't know where it would lead me to. I
yeah.
just thought like, all right, I'm going to Jamaica to do my video, and and the production was already ready, and I just want to go to the streets in Jamaica and see how it is over there. So,
Yeah, yeah.
well, it's rough. You got to be tough.
It is.
Ah. But also, sometimes you also got great times, in Jamaica. And you also got great times because music is alive over there, and that is one thing. Reggae
Yeah,
music lives for real. When I used to be a little bit younger, let me say it like in around 2012, 13, I used to go to Ready with my friends and then look out my eyes, because of the way how the youths would dance. I never
yeah,
saw those kind of things before, because it doesn't exist in Europe,
yeah.
so I could just stand at the sides, and then I was trying to whine, but I could never whine as they did, you know
Yeah,
and but now, lately when I went to Jamaica, I don't go to party anymore. It's more like gatherings. If somebody got a little show, I went to Nature Ellis's show, and I did a lot of shows also from artists in Mary's, where we've come from. Terrace Riley, his show. Last time I did Dennis Brown, his show, and I did my own release party in March, and
yeah.
it was a very nice. It was a success, and it was very nice. I had Fredlocks. I with me Fanta Moja performed Capleton, and Mikey General,
Wow.
Queen, Omega performed. So a lot of artists, Aisha Bell, and more. Many artists came and gave me the strength, and it was great. It was
Excellent.
great.
So what a
Yeah.
lineup. It's a really good lineup.
Yes, yes. I did some television stations, and went to some television programs, a radio station. So I was very thankful. It was nice. A good trip, a
Yeah,
fruitful one.
yeah, exactly. So I want to talk to you a little bit about your hosting Sweet Meditation show on Radio Razor. So you address different issues like spiritual enlightenment, mental freedom, Black history, and you play like conscious reggae music with a message of spiritual healing and love. Yeah, I mean, tell me about how you've gone so much further than the music, and you've you've added all this spirituality and love and stuff like that.
Well, after singing a few love songs, then you're gonna find yourself, meet yourself, while you're
Yeah.
while you're writing, and while you're writing as a musician,
Mm,
you are also spiritual, because you can hear music and create it, and getting one with yourself and one voice uh, places you in front of a mirror. I was
yeah.
placed in front of a mirror where I was talking with myself. I asked myself, well, Miriam, what do you want to say? You're singing, but what are you going to do? What do you want to say?
Yeah.
And where are you standing now? Are you really grounded? Are you truthful? Those kind of questions I started to ask myself. And I put myself on a military school, inner school.
Yeah.
I healed everything within myself. I don't say that it's totally there because you always get surprised by things that comes up in life,
Yeah,
But
sure.
I give thanks, and as I did that, I had more space to give, you know,
Mm.
because I'm doing my radio station and my radio program, but I also work with youths. I also work at Jelinek with as a coach with people that wants to stop with alcohol addiction, and
Wow.
I also work for the Salvation Army with people who are using drugs or were drug addicts or didn't had their houses, and a lot of
Mm.
I just do the work,
Yeah.
and a piece of doing also my radio program with it. I give other artists who are getting good messages as well. You know, I give them a platform, but I also bring healing to the
Mm.
people. So that was more. It just happens to walk like that. I didn't thought like, all right, I'm gonna do it like this. But as it healed them, heals people, it also heals me. So
Yeah.
I give thanks. Yeah,
Yeah. It's a full circle.
yeah, yeah.
So how can people help if they kind of in lockdown they got some time, or maybe they haven't got time, they got a little bit of money to spare and they can donate, then how can people support some of the projects that you're working on right now?
Well, I'm working now on a project, and that's a big project. I rather would like to ask people to help me to sponsor, even if it is also with not only with money but also with clothing and with beds, all kind of things, because I want to full up containers to ship. In July, the next container will go again to Ethiopia because at the beginning of November, we're going to open up a shelter house there for street children. And that house is a mother house. We
Mm.
call it the mother house and the Haile Miriam house. And if the first one we will open is Sashamani, and if it's a success, we want to spread it worldwide, of course, because
Yeah.
everywhere there are street children. But I went to Ethiopia, and it broke my heart because there are 188 million people over there, but there are millions of street children begging on the street and just walking without parents. I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
So I really
Wow.
wanted to do something towards it, and I'm now busy with that project. Um, so if people would like to donate on it and mean something towards, they can send me an email now on miriamsimone0@gmail.com. And soon the website will go online with all the footages and also interviews with all the street children in the project, because I'm gonna hold a little conference where we're really gonna put everything online,
Yeah.
soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're
Amazing.
still busy with that, to put everything online. But for now, if you can mean something for it, you can already mail me on miriamsimone0@gmail.com. And then I will give you all the information, and then we can look what we can do together for these youths and for these children. It will be a mother house where we're going to put in like a bus who will go to will drive around the city with mothers in it, and we will give them like a cup of soup, maybe some Porsche, and bring them to the mother house and bathe them and give them clean clothes and shoes. I wish I could give them a own room to sleep in, but I'm gonna start little because I cannot, I
Yeah.
cannot
Yeah.
afford it to
Do what you
give
can.
1 million children a room. But it would be so great if we all in the reggae industry could put up all those houses and
Mm.
make sure that children, even if children are on the street and they know, like, all right, I'm cold right now, I'm hungry, then they can go to the mother house, and
Yeah.
we will cook, because I'm also a nurse,
Oh
and
wow.
I'm gonna, yes, because that is what I do for the Salvation Army. But I will also make sure that that they can look if everything is all right with the children with their health,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Yes, just a mother house. And I think that every country where there are children on the street needs a mother house. And maybe also even in Europe, we need mother houses but with real mothers where children can go to just to have a listening ear or
Mm,
a hug or a cup of soup, children who are playing with each other and, you know,
yeah,
any kind of way. It doesn't even have to be that people are getting bait in Europe, but children
yeah,
always need attention. A mother house is very important.
definitely. And any listeners who want to find out more, we'll put something up on wayoutradio.com so you can check out wayoutradio.com, get in touch. And if you want to send any clothes to our office, you can, and we can forward them on for you. So yeah, just go to the website if you need any support with that. Cool.
Thank you so much. Yes, and I will give all the information. So I'm asking everybody for the mother house, the Highland Miriam house in Sashomani. That will be the first one. And I will also keep all that when the first opening is in
Excellent.
October.
Brilliant. Thank you. We look forward to that, and we'll catch up with you and find out how that's going later in the year. It'll be really interesting to find out around like this next Christmas time, I guess. Um so
Yes.
okay, well, we've run out of time, unfortunately, but I just want to say thank you so much. It was a real pleasure to talk to you, and really enjoyed like hearing all about your music and your life. And if you wouldn't mind, just wrap it up for us with where people can buy your music and your merch, and what's out right now and what people need to know about right now.
Well, you can find my music on internet. Just Google Miriam Simone or Empress Miriam Simone, and you will find my music. I will do the 5th of March a live concert here in Holland in P60 with the Noble Chanters Band. And everybody that wants to see it, it's a live stream show. So this show is €6 live stream. So if you want to see me perform live, uh, support me and buy your ticket on time, and then you can be there. The event is Reggae Against Racism, and Sense Social Production is the production company that will organize it with P60. So Empress Miriam Simone in concert with the Noble Chanters on the 5th of March. Yes, Reggae Against
Excellent.
Racism, all in the name of love.
Yes. Thank you so
Yes.
much. We'll be watching. We look forward to it. Hey guys, DJ Paula Frost here from Way Out Radio, the one and only punk and reggae station, broadcasting every week. Go to wayoutradio.com for more. So I just want to tell you guys about the brand new fan club we've just launched. It's absolutely amazing. You can choose from contributing £5, £10 or £20 per month to keep the station alive, pay our guests handsomely, and keep music money in the musician's pocket and in the punk world and in the reggae world. So find out more about that at wayoutradio.com. Thank you very much.